The situation is becoming from bad to worse, and there's serious cause for concern. In some states in particular, there is a huge cause for worry, but I think no state and no part of our country, no district, no zilla should be complacent. Because what the trends show is that the virus is still very active, can penetrate our defenses. And when we think we have found ways to control the virus, it strikes back. It has done so in our country and it has done so in other countries. And therefore, there is a concern which we all should be mindful of. We have seen that the active cases were down to about a lakh, just above a lakh, and now they're 5.4 lakh. Of course, almost 2/3, 62, 63% are in one particular state, and that too in a few districts of that state. But the fact is, it is a 5 times rise, more than 5 times. The new cases used to be about 9,000 per day, and yesterday, day before yesterday, it was 68,000. Yesterday, 56,000. Maybe people have been responsible during the festival season, only time will tell. So that's again 6-7 times acceleration. That's huge. We have taken pride as a nation that the case fatality rate has been low, and thank God it is still low. But from 77 deaths per day, as low as 77, now we are witnessing 4 times that number. 271 is one number last couple of days. So clearly we have to be very, very vigilant. And not only in those states where the battle is raging, Maharashtra, Punjab, other states that we discussed at length, but in every state of the country. Because if it is there somewhere in our country, it is there in the entire country, this virus. If it is not eliminated from every village and every city, every district, every state, it is not eliminated from the country, it will hit us back. We reported to you an emergent meeting that was taken at length, and we highlighted the approach that was communicated in fullest earnest to the states, and we are following that up day on day basis. But I want to emphasize the fact that without effective contact tracing, without quarantining the contacts, and wherever cluster of cases appear, without creating zones of containment, without isolating those geographies, we allow the chains of transmission to be active. And the virus then has its own run. And then things go beyond a certain level, things become out of control. So Secretary Saab has highlighted how we went through all the tools that are available to control the pandemic systematically, with special emphasis on containing and suppressing the chains of transmission through effective contact tracing, containment efforts, surveillance efforts, protocolized management of positive cases if they are at home so that they don't infect other people, protocolized management of contacts if they are quarantined so that they don't infect other members of the family potentially, and they are not infecting people in the society. These are critical principles. And also, this vaccine, the mask vaccine, social vaccine, as you have heard us speak from here, a name given by our Secretary Sir, Rajesh Bhushan, thank you. The social vaccine is also 70% protective. That's what Dr. Bhargav tells us from science data. 70%. Same as the biological or pharmaceutical vaccines. Why have we become lax about it? Why? Can you please join hands with the government to please bring back compliance with the masks. We can have all the vaccines in the world, but we will, for a long period of time, need to be also dependent upon masks to protect us, protect our families, protect this community. So the message today is somewhat somber to say that we are facing increasingly severe or severer intensive situation, more so surely in some districts, but the whole country is potentially at risk, and therefore all efforts to contain, to save lives should be taken. And today we come back to also remind ourselves that our hospital preparations and ICU preparations, which we talked long back ago, because things were under control, have to be reminded that we have sufficient capacities in our hospitals, our ambulance system is functional, our ICUs are functional, dedicated hospital setup that was instituted in this nation hugely and escalated and scaled up very rapidly must be re-energized, retested, rehearsed, so that when the load of patients will come, we are able to manage it effectively. Remember, if the cases are more, they will eventually overwhelm the system. They'll put pressure on the system. The deaths will also occur. Even if it is low, proportionately low, the deaths will also rise. So we cannot accept the situation. We have to respond. If it is business as usual, we will continue to be chased by the virus rather than other way around. On the vaccination front, we are reporting to you steady acceleration. We now expect very, very fast uptake when the larger community of all citizens 45 and above will now be eligible. Our systems are functioning very well. Look at the level of satisfaction people have. We now have the confidence to accelerate. We want to appeal to people to please take the vaccine, embrace the vaccine, take the doses that are required at the right time. Don't
That's the latest word here that's coming in from the Union Health Ministry. Also, Dr. V.K. Paul, Niti Aayog member who's speaking right now, has said that of what is essentially evident as we look around us in those figures that have continued to rise on a per-day basis. The big warning sign here being that the virus is still very much active and is thriving, and also sending out a plea, a request to people across the country to please not let their guard down. This is a fight which is still not over.
Questions. So I can see Sonakshi first. Sonakshi, you can go ahead. Please identify yourself and the organization.
So my name is Sonakshi. I'm from NDTV. My question to you is whether the Covaxin and Covishield, their efficacy have been tested, and do they really work on the novel mutant strains in India? And if so, then has this efficacy been tested on these strains?
The efficacy of both these vaccines, whether it is Covaxin and Covishield, is effective against the UK variant and the Brazilian variant. The work against the South African variant is ongoing at several laboratories. There is no Indian strain as such.
In fact, this is when we repeatedly request you that such discourse has to be adequately informed. That is what we are requesting you with folded hands. There are no Indian strains. We have repeatedly said this. Dr. Paul has said this. Dr. Sujit Singh, who is the nodal for INSA-COG, has said this. There are two concepts. I am not the competent person to speak about it, but since I think I can explain it in simple words, I am explaining this. There is the concept of virus shift and there is a concept of virus drift. All viruses drift. As I infect him and he infects another person, the virus replicates itself but changes. Right? So that itself is not important. That does not call for any rapid change in the public response strategy. However, when a virus shifts, it undergoes significant changes, and therefore there is a need to test whether my existing vaccines work against that virus, and that is the condition that is known as variant or mutant virus. Otherwise, viruses change, it is natural and inevitable phenomena. Please keep that in mind. Particularly a virus which is around for more than a year, which has traveled more than 1 crore people. So obviously it will undergo change. So that is natural, inevitable, not a cause to panic. Would you want to add something to this?
I think I'll just add one point, that mutations are sporadic and single mutations are not found to be dominant in any particular area in India. In terms of the significance of point or double mutations, what you're talking about, and I think that is what the lay people are getting confused with, they are not significant as far as India is concerned, and their relationship with increased severity or transmissibility has not been established in the Indian context.
Neeloji had raised his hand earlier.
सर, जो आप टेस्टिंग बढ़ाने की बात अभी शनिवार को जो मीटिंग में आपने कही 47 डिस्ट्रिक्ट को, पीएम भी मुख्यमंत्रियों के सामने मीटिंग में बोल चुके थे, 1 महीने से आप बोल रहे हैं, ये सब सारी चीज़ें वही हैं, 5-7 चीज़ें, फिर भी कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा है, वो बढ़ता जा रहा है संक्रमण, तो उसका उपाय क्या है सर? सिर्फ बोलने से तो बात नहीं बनेगी, बात करने
नहीं, मैं आपको उसका उत्तर देता हूँ। अनेक राज्यों ने इस स्ट्रैटेजी को फॉलो किया है और प्रभावी ढंग से फॉलो किया है और अपने नंबर्स पर नियंत्रण पाया है। अब मैं आपको एक उदाहरण देके समझाता हूँ। अगर हम कहते हैं कि किसी राज्य में पॉजिटिविटी 23% है, तो इसका क्या अर्थ हुआ? मैं एक नाव पर हूँ, मैं नदी के बीचों बीच हूँ, मैं जाल फैलाता हूँ और पहले जाल में ही 23 मछली फंस के आती हैं मेरे पास। तो ये मुझे क्या बताता है? ये मुझे बताता है कि ये नदी मछलियों से भरी हुई है। तो अगर ऐसा है तो मुझे क्या करना चाहिए मछुआरे के रूप में? मुझे बड़ा जाल फैलाना चाहिए। तो 23 क्या हो सकता है? मैं 100 मछली पकड़ूंगा। अब अगर इसको राज्य पर ट्रांसलेट करें तो मेरे राज्य की पॉजिटिविटी 23%, जितने टेस्ट मैं आज कर रहा हूं वो मुझे 23% पॉजिटिविटी दे रहे हैं, तो मुझे तो दुगने टेस्ट करने चाहिए। इसका मतलब बहुत सारी मछलियां ऐसी हैं जो नदी में घूम रही हैं और मेरे जाल से बाहर हैं। ये तो इतनी साधारण सी बात है। साइंस है इसके पीछे, लेकिन हर साइंस की बात जटिल हो और समझ में ना आए, ऐसा तो नहीं है। और अनेक राज्यों ने इसको समझा, वो इस पे काम कर रहे हैं। और हमारा ये मानना है कि जिन राज्यों की जानकारी हमने आपसे साझा की, क्योंकि हम हर दिन उनसे बात करते, शनिवार को हमने की, आज डॉक्टर पॉल और डॉक्टर भार्गव उन्हीं के साथ बैठक करके आ रहे हैं, 3 बजे से वो बैठक थी, तो वहाँ भी लोग समझेंगे इसको। लेकिन समझाने के लिए तो आपको बार बार कहना पड़ता है ना। ऐसा तो है नहीं कि सबको कुछ ज्ञान की प्राप्ति हो रही हो। तो कुछ ज्ञान आपके पास है, कुछ इनके पास है, कुछ उनके पास है, तो हमें सबकी बात सुननी चाहिए और उसको फिर इम्प्लीमेंट करना चाहिए। तो यही हमारा अनुरोध है अलग अलग राज्यों से और संघ शासित प्रदेशों।
Right, we're looking at a live interaction that the health ministry continues to have with the press and answering some questions here, and also a bit agitated with respect to repeated questions here on the validity of the vaccine, whether it's going to survive in fighting the newer strains of the virus as well. The repeated answer here to this goes that we are sufficient in providing vaccine to all, and it will be fighting newer strains as well. Stay on with us. We are back in just a bit. We're continuing with the focus here on the COVID surge.
Now, coming to the actual answer of your question. What is it that all states should focus their time and energies on? Because the resources, the healthcare resources and time of a state is most valuable, most precious. So it must be concentrated on the most important thing. And what is the most important thing? The most important thing is to achieve or target near saturation vaccination in districts that are seeing large numbers of the priority age group population. So as a state or a UT, I should be asking myself the question, am I focusing all my resources, all my energies, which is valuable and precious, to achieving near saturation coverage of age priority groups in those districts which are reporting a surge? If the answer is no, then I must focus all my time and energies there.
I'm Runjhun Sharma from CNN News 18. I'd like to ask, sir, how many people would be covered in the next phase since the comorbidity clause has gone now? So people above the age of 45, and we had the target of 30 crore people. Has it gone up now?
Just one preliminary submission, then I think Dr. Paul is more equipped to answer this. Numbers are not important. What is important is that we are saying, as the union government, we are saying that vaccination is available to all citizens above 45 years of age. Whether their number is 100 or 1000 or 1 lakh or 10 lakh, how is that relevant? What is relevant is that the message must go that this entire universe represented by 45 plus people can avail of vaccination, and as Dr. Paul said, vaccine hesitancy must go, and we must, as collectors of districts, as health secretaries of state, do our micro projection within the district. मेरे यहाँ इस एज ग्रुप के कितने लोग हैं, rather than we sitting here in Delhi saying कि लगभग इतने होंगे और फिर बाद में ये पता चले कि उतने नहीं हैं, उससे कम है या उससे ज़्यादा है. So to that extent, numbers are not relevant.
Also remember, the whole strategy has been to identify those people who are at the highest risk of mortality. So this nation has taken a conscious call, let's protect the most vulnerable, most high risk individuals, and for them, from 1st of April, the universe that opens up takes care of almost 90% of potential mortality. It's a great goal to achieve, and the country would like to achieve. सरकार इसको जितनी जल्दी से जल्दी अचीव करना चाहेगी. वैक्सीन भी है, व्यवस्था भी है, वायदा भी है, तो इसको करके दिखाइए. अपनी तरफ से पब्लिक सेक्टर, प्राइवेट सेक्टर दोनों जुड़े, उसमें गति आए, जिसका कि जिक्र हमने किया. और दूसरी तरफ ये वैक्सीन हेजिटेंसी को बाहर फेंको और जो भी एलिजिबल है आगे आए और अपना टीका लगाएं, इस काम को पूरा करें. और फिर उसके बाद और समूह हैं, अभी तो वो भी लेने ही है ना, ये तो प्रायोरिटाइज करके कराए कि इस काम को पहले पूरा करें. और जो ग्रुप्स हैं उनको भी आगे बढ़ना है. ये मुहिम तो चल रही है, लेकिन इसका बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट जो हिस्सा है, सबसे महत्वपूर्ण हिस्सा है कि जान बचने के लिए जो वैक्सीन का प्रावधान, सप्लाई, उपलब्धता की जाए, वो सब कर दिया गया है. अब हमें इसको करके दिखाना है.
Here I'd like to add one point that 88% of the mortality of COVID, 88% of the mortality of COVID is in 45 and above. And we know that vaccination prevents severe disease as well as death.
सर मेरा एक सवाल है, मैं परिमल हूँ एनडीटीवी से ही. क्लिनिकल मैनेजमेंट को लेके कुछ चीज़ें आपने कही कि राज्यों को कहा गया है हॉस्पिटल को लेके और बाकी चीज़ों को लेके. जो पुराने दौर में स्थिति उसी तरीके से मामले बढ़ रहे हैं, और भी कोई सलाह दी गई है इन चीज़ों को लेके, अस्पताल को लेके, वेंटिलेटर को लेके, आईसीयू को लेके इन राज्यों को?
एक नेशनल ट्रीटमेंट प्रोटोकॉल बनाया गया था जिसमें कि जो डोमेन नॉलेज के एक्सपर्ट्स हैं, जैसे डॉक्टर पॉल, डॉक्टर भार्गव, डॉक्टर गुलेरिया, अन्य जो डॉक्टर्स हैं देश भर के, उन्होंने मिलकर वो नेशनल ट्रीटमेंट प्रोटोकॉल बनाया, जिसको 6 या 7 बार रिफाइन किया गया देश के विभिन्न अस्पतालों के अनुभव के आधार पर. उसमें ये कहा गया कि यदि आपके माइल्ड डिजीज़ के साथ किसी अस्पताल में आते हैं तो आपका इलाज किस प्रकार से होगा, अगर आप मॉडरेट डिजीज़ या सीवियर डिजीज़ के लक्षण लेकर आते हैं तो इलाज किस प्रकार से होगा। ये भी बताया गया कि यदि आप ऑक्सीजन पे हैं तो रैशनल यूज़ ऑफ ऑक्सीजन कैसे किया जाए कोविड के मरीज़ों के लिए। ये भी बताया गया कि कोविड के रिकवरी के पश्चात जब आप अपने घर चले जाते हैं तब आप किन चीज़ों का ध्यान रखें। ये हमारे वेबसाइट पे भी है, राज्यों के साथ भी है, और सप्ताह में 2 दिन एम्स नई दिल्ली के जो डॉक्टर्स हैं वो राज्यों के डॉक्टर्स के साथ एक वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंस करके इसके बारे में जो सवाल होते हैं उनका जवाब भी देते हैं। ये हर मंगलवार और हर शुक्रवार को एम्स द्वारा की जाती है। तो ये सारी चीज़ें हैं और हम राज्यों से अनुरोध करते हैं, संघ शासित क्षेत्रों से अनुरोध करते हैं कि इसका पालन करें।
Sir, I'm Ayushman from Mirror Now. Sir, today the statement came from the Health Minister of Maharashtra where he said that most of the people who are coming to hospitals are getting admitted late. There are reports of hospital bed shortage in Maharashtra. Sir, what is actually driving the infection in Maharashtra? And at the same time, sir, is the center revising the strategy for those affected districts in Maharashtra for vaccination strategy?
दे दिया गया है। महाराष्ट्र में क्यों बढ़ रहा है, पंजाब में क्यों बढ़ रहा है, कुछ चीज़ों को हम क्लियरली समझते हैं इस वायरस के बारे में। उनको अगर हम हिसाब लगाएं तो अपना जो कोविड से बचने का जो हम मेहनत कर रहे थे वो बहुत कमी आई है। इन प्रदेशों में भी आई है, औरों में भी आई है, कहीं ऐसे भी आई है, उसके बावजूद अभी केस नहीं बढ़े, लेकिन कभी भी कुछ भी हो सकता है। एक तो चीज़ ये बिल्कुल सामने है, और दूसरी बात है कि जो फेस्टिवल्स हुए, कुछ और हुए, उसके एक और एक्सेलरेशन अब मिला, मौसम बदला है। कह नहीं सकते हर एक चीज़ का जवाब इसमें नहीं है, निहित नहीं है। क्यों एक सेकंड पीक आती है, क्यों, लेकिन जो पता है हमने उसको भी छोड़ दिया बचने के। जो बच सकते हैं उन चीज़ों को हम छोड़ के बैठे हुए हैं। आज आप देख लीजिए क्या हो रहा है। हम पहले कुछ दूरियां रखते थे, मास्क पहनते थे, अब देख लीजिए आम मुफस्सल टाउन में, शहर में, मोहल्ले में उन चीज़ों को छोड़ा है, तो वो तो हमारे सामने है ही। और इसके अलावा अगर हम चेन्स ऑफ ट्रांसमिशन के ऊपर रोकने के लिए जो कंटेनमेंट स्ट्रेटजी है, कॉन्टैक्ट ट्रेसिंग की है, वो लोग घूमेंगे। जिस जगह पे ये व्यवस्था वीक होगी वहाँ वायरस का प्रभाव ज़्यादा होगा। इन चीज़ों का भी है। तो ब्लेम की बात यहाँ नहीं है। बात यह है कि वही 5 टूल हैं जिससे हम कोरोना के खिलाफ लड़ाई करेंगे। टेस्टिंग, जहाँ हम कम होते हैं, फेल होते हैं, तो वायरस अपना प्रभाव लेके आता है। आपने टेस्टिंग का डेटा सुन लिया आज। कंटेनमेंट, कॉन्टैक्ट ट्रेसिंग, कॉन्टैक्ट्स को क्वारंटाइन करना, आइसोलेशन करना, उसके बारे में भी आज चर्चा हो गई। फैसिलिटी को तैयार रखना कि मोर्टेलिटी कंट्रोल में रहे। काफ़ी हद तक बहुत सारी स्टेट्स ने अच्छा एफर्ट किया है, कहीं पे कहीं कमी है। ये तीसरा टूल है। चौथा टूल है अपने आप को बचाना कोविड अप्रोप्रिएट से। 5वां टूल है वैक्सीनेशन। इन सब पे चर्चा होगी, लेकिन आप सब देख लीजिए सभी में ही कहीं ना कहीं हम परफेक्शन लाने की कोशिश कर सकते हैं, और जब लाएंगे तो कोरोना हारेगा। थैंक यू।
Thank you so much. We come to the end of the briefing.
Well, that was the Health Ministry briefing. They're giving us an overview of the current situation. Very interestingly saying, we don't know what the reason is behind the second wave. Niti Aayog member VK Paul himself saying we can't say what's the reason behind the rise in the second wave. There are few things that we do know. So the Health Ministry themselves perhaps grappling to figure out why there has been a sudden surge in the number of cases, and that surge only in some states. Well, that is the Health Ministry briefing there. Some important takeaways from that, Prasad. The Health Ministry also saying, interestingly, that till date they haven't received any requests from Maharashtra for door-to-door vaccination. Remember, Maharashtra has the largest number of caseload. More than half the number of worst affected districts come from Maharashtra itself. And as far as the expansion of vaccination is concerned, the centre is saying we haven't had any requests from Maharashtra for door-to-door vaccination. Also, interestingly, saying that Punjab is not doing enough. Punjab is not, in fact, doing adequate number of tests, nor is it isolating infected people properly. Tanvi joins us for more on this. Tanvi, what are the interesting takeaways in this briefing?
Well, Aarti, one thing that you were mentioning is that right now, of course, a lot more research will have to be done in terms of why is it that we see, such a big spike only in few parts of the country and what led to that. But the government repeatedly saying, and I think there was one part where Mr. VK Paul of Niti Aayog went on an extremely serious somber note to put out a very serious appeal asking people to pull back. That it can't be business as usual, and we need to start following the norms again. That there is just a lot of unabashed COVID norm violations which is taking place in our country right now, and the government again making that a big part of the news conference today to say that needs to be brought under control. They've also said that for the states with those 48 districts which are actually seeing the biggest rise, they've given a set of instructions on what has to be done, which of course includes specifically higher testing and surveillance, and also tracking those people who may be in home quarantine but not following norms. So if local authorities and state authorities are witnessing that people are not following home quarantine norms, then perhaps they need to be shifted to institutional quarantine. So a better surveillance is definitely required. He also said that, in states like Punjab, there isn't enough testing or even surveillance taking place. There is a need in Punjab and Maharashtra and all to ramp up the testing with focus on RT-PCR tests. Again, something, Aarti, that we have been repeatedly highlighting. Now, the government also made a certain reference for private hospitals as vaccination centers, saying that all private hospitals that have, available rooms for vaccination, for observation and waiting period, as well as the staff available for that, should be able to go ahead and give vaccination. Now, Ayushman, who is at this news conference, will also be getting us more clarity on if this means that the earlier restrictions which are there in terms of, number of staff members that should be available, if those actual numbers have been removed and it's been left to the states to decide, because that would be very significant, Aarti. It will give the states the opportunity to ramp up on the number of vaccination centers, which honestly is the need of the hour.
Right. Thanks so much for that, Tanvi. Still many unknowns as far as our war against COVID is concerned. Perhaps we need more research now on why there's a sudden spurt in the cases, but as of now, the Health Ministry has no answers.